Ho, ho, ho! Welcome to Toon'd. I'm Josh the Fox Mills. I review cartoons, no matter how new, no matter how old, no matter the cost. Well, it's December, and that means it's Christmas time! I love Christmas. When you get past the commercialism and religion, Christmas is a time of caring about other people and just being nice to everyone for once. And nothing reflects the spirit of the season quite like the Christmas specials. That is why I am counting down 20 of my favorite animated Christmas specials, covering 5 every week until Christmas Eve. Now, with that out of the way, let's get started. A Flintstone Christmas. A classic main character replaces Santa kind of storyline. But it was the first one I was introduced to. Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble try to save Christmas for the children of the prehistoric world, after Santa slipped off Fred's roof and sprained his ankle. They do a good job and, thanks to Santa's quick training, succeed. However, doing this for Santa makes Fred late to Mr. Slate's Christmas party and puts him at risk of being fired. 5 songs were included in this special, and they were worth a listen at times. It's a charming Christmas tale and is good for putting you or keeping you in the Christmas mood. Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. Ha, Disney! If there was any company that could give a pleasant and entertaining Christmas story, it would be them. Made in 1999 in a direct-to-video DVD, Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas was an anthology film, featuring various characters in several stories. In the first story, Huey, Dewey, and Louie get stuck in a time loop as they wish every day would be Christmas after enjoying their toys. The loop only ends when they realize that Christmas isn't about what you get, or at least ideally isn't. In another, Goofy and his son Max are mailing a letter to Santa. Pete tells Max Santa isn't real, and later Goofy is caught dressing up like the big guy, crushing Max further. In the end, the real Santa shows up with a gift asked for in the letter. Because Christmas is about family and goodwill towards others, not the presents, right? Look, I get it. It just seems like it contradicted the message of the previous story. Lastly, we get an adaptation of the Gift of the Magi. When things don't go well, Mickey sells his harmonica to buy a chain for Minnie's watch. At the same time, Minnie sold her watch to buy a case for Mickey's harmonica. I know the message is the thought behind the gift is what counts, but again, what matters are friends and family, or in this case, Mickey and Minnie's love for each other. It's a charming collection, at least taken a look at once, even if it does have conflicting messages at times. The Little Drummer Boy. A Rankin and Bass stop-motion special. Get used to that. They will probably dominate this list. A little boy is called by the Magi to the nativity scene of Jesus Christ. We know the story, but in this version, we get a bit of a dark past. The boy only found joy in playing his drums for his animal friends. This is because, after getting the drum as a gift, his parents were killed by bandits, and made him a bitter orphan who hated humanity. He is forced to work in a circus, but eventually gets away from that and meets the Magi. He follows them after they seem to be in too much of a hurry to care about his performance. In their travels, the boy's sheep, Baba, is hit by a chariot, and he begs the Magi to heal the animal, but they cannot. One of them suggests that the baby they are going to see can help, and off they go. Having no payment for the baby, he plays his drum instead. The sheep is healed and the boy becomes happy again, having felt kindness for the first time since his parents were killed. I'm not sure if adding more to the story took away from the feel of the original or not. I mean, it does make it so the boy played his drum not as a gift for the new king, but rather payment for services rendered. I don't know. But with most Rankin and Bass things, it was a good deal of fun. John Denver and the Muppets, A Christmas Together. As with the regular Muppet show, this special had a few backstage moments as they prepare for a big musical number with John Denver and Miss Piggy. Along the way, 3 songs are performed: The 12 Days of Christmas, I Will Wait for You, and finally Silent Night. It's pretty simple and sweet, the sort of thing I would recommend making a holiday tradition, or at least checking out once. Frosty the Snowman, 1969. Here's a Rankin and Bass special again, only this time it's a traditional cartoon rather than stop motion. It aired on CBS in 1969 and is a beloved tradition by many. An inept magician loses his hat after a children's party performance. Said hat is placed on a newly minted snowman's head. The snowman comes to life and him and the kids play. Seeing that the hat is actually magic, the magician wants it back and eventually takes it. But the rabbit swipes it to give back to the snowman and restoring life to said frost golem. They play more until the weather starts to get warmer and he starts to melt. They come to the idea that Frosty the Snowman must get to the North Pole where he can live in peace. Frosty does eventually melt, but is rescued and revived by Santa before taking him the rest of the way to the North Pole. It's a fun, cute little cartoon and good for at least a little enjoyment. Well, that does it for this week. Next time, the countdown continues. Until then, this is Josh the Fox Mills saying, Merry Christmas.